next week, Tuesday. John Holt, my goodness, on a night like this. Share the live, no man. Share the live and repost it. We're under restriction, but we're going to ride it through. Next week, we're coming. What a fantastic night to be alive in Jamaica. Tune into your favorite program, Politics Plus, with Hello Neighbor, Scratchy, Harry, Caroline. What a team. The best team on the app. One Neighbor on the app. Scratchy. Tract, how you doing? Text, tap the screen, Tract. Hello, Kimmy, how you doing? God, I tell you something. Tract, tap the screen. Is that KC? No, that's KC. Different KC. Yep. Tract, tap the screen, okay? Share the live, tract. They say power tap. Snipe, Jim Bisco, you do it, cash money. The United Nations resident coordinator in Jamaica saying that Jamaica is well positioned to respond to Melissa's damage. That's the UN, United Nations. All right, Selburn Cox, that's because we are foxed. We've been outfoxed. We have to catch up back on the fox, Selburn. There is somebody in the box that outfoxing us. Well, they are saying that the numbers are too high at night, so they have to put the show on a restriction. Imagine that. Trapped. That's what's happening to Politics Plus. Last week we had 250,000 people watching the program. And that is causing some problems, 7 million likes last week alone. Well, I don't know, but we have to ride this through. But we're here for you tonight, okay? Top of the night to you and welcome. Stay with us until 9 o'clock. Tonight, I want to talk to you about the value of politics. You see, I want to talk to you about the value of politics. And I want to show you that politics, if administered properly, can uplift people, politics. Because did you know that governments are an extension of God? Did you know that? Governments are an extension of God. I want to show you too that the Jamaican society has lagged behind in terms of its development, and that it's primarily because of the opposition, People's National Party. I will tell you this, I doubt that the PNP can recover in 20 years. 20 years? No. Politics can lift people up. Yep. As has been demonstrated by the current Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness. Mr. Holness is lifting up the poor. Now, there's a big debate happening across the social media space in terms of vloggers and bloggers. Who is a vlogger? Who is a blogger? Now, I want to say to you that you must make people take away your mind. Don't let people take your mind. And whether you vlog or you blog or you are a surrogate, keep your mind. All right? Keep your mind. Don't sell your mind. Eh? You ought to be able to express yourself and to think. 21 minutes after 7 o'clock, we should have Scratchy at 7:30. We go with you until 9 o'clock. We should have Casey hanging out with us tonight and Harry. But what happens when politicians fail? What is the impact and the effect on the people? Top of the night to you. Great. Tune into the program tonight. We have lovely discussions for you. We don't just chat. We don't just chat. I see JFJ saying that the consensual sex of children that are 16 and under should not be criminalized. Now in Jamaica, the age of consent is 16. So when you are 16 years old in Jamaica, you can give permission for someone to have sex with you. It's called consensual. What JFJ is arguing is that the courts are being tied up with cases of children having consensual sex. Now, if the age of consent is 16, how is it consensual? If the age of consent is 16, then how is it consensual? Is reporting that a man was sentenced to 18 months in prison for thieving digital cable. Let me ask my listeners, post it in the chat. What age you think should be we should allow consensual sex? At what age do you think that people should start having sex? What age? Maybe I should ask you what age you start having. 22. KC says 22. Melo says 18. Mr. Ross says 18. Sophia Powell 18. Keisha says 18. His Shorty says 21. CJ Fabulous 21. Stress Free says 18. And stop posting. Stop a minute. Stop. May I tell you that I still haven't had any. Your neighbor haven't started yet. No, hold on, don't post anything more in the chat. Your neighbor don't start yet. I tell you, I'm going to start this Christmas. I think so. Lord have mercy when I start. Oh. Problem when I start. Night to you, Noel Phillips, huh? Great night to you, sir. Everybody gonna put putting the blame on me for loving you. Great. Hi.
For loving you. When.
Pull again and come again, Mr. Freddie McGregor, the Dread.
You're not taking the blame.
Saying good night to all my friends in the UK, United Kingdom, Canada. Hi. For our enemies tonight in the name of Jesus.
Say unto me.
God is with us. And who God bless.
The house of the Lord.
Who God bless. Who God bless. Oh, my goodness.
In his house. Jerusalem, our servant is God. Jerusalem.
God is with us, my goodness gracious me. Camille, your birthday today? Hallelujah. God is with us, we shall prevail. Hey, neighborites, we're going to prevail. Weeping may endure for a night. Joy comes in the morning.
I was glad when they say unto me, come let us go into the house of the Lord.
No weapon formed against Scratchy shall prosper.
Abide in his house.
No weapon formed against your neighbor shall prosper. No weapon formed against Caroline shall prosper. No weapon formed against Harry prosper. Everything attached to me win. Every neighborite is a winner. Neighborites. Cut and tear tonight in the name of the Lord.
I was glad when they say unto me, come let us go into the house of the Lord. The humble servant is God.
Come true.
The humble servant is God.
Humble servant of the Lord over here tonight. No. I tell you.
Jordan, roll.
All right, brother. Please get in touch with Caroline, and she'll guide you. So Caroline, Paul, he wants to help 10 single mothers. Well, you can work that through with him for me. All right. Back up the truck. Back up the truck for me. Back it up. Back up. Hello. Back up the truck. Let's throw some bad night tonight. Back up the truck. All right. Come through with that. Come through. Uber. All right.
Mobile medical waste
Well, Miss Caroline, how you doing tonight?
disposal vehicle.
Good night, neighbor. I'm doing all
Hi,
right.
how are you? How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm just concerned why my face is covered and not Harry's.
Oh my God. Sorry about that. Yep, there you go.
Thank you very much.
You think they should cover Harry's face?
No, not really, but I just wondered,
Yes.
we're talking about Beauty and the Beast. How do you pluralize that? Beast.
Beast. Beauty and the Beast.
Those two beasts on top, neighbor should be covered, not me.
Oh, I tell you, they are on top.
Well, they're above me. But how are you, neighbor?
No, I'm not. I'm putting my best foot forward. I got a notice from TikTok today, so you know that TikTok is really, AI. So there's no person talking to you, and I understand that we did 250,000 people last week, just listeners. That we had the program had 250,000 listeners, and we had 7.1. Listen to this: 7.1 million likes. 7.1 million likes to Politics Plus last week alone. All right, and that we have hit 1 million views Yeah, for the month, 1 million. But they're telling us that whenever we come on, there are lots of reports
Right.
of the live that lots of people are reporting for whatever reason. I don't know. Anyway, I have made an appeal, and lodging more appeal to say to them, look into this matter because we are not violating anything. Now, earlier today, I got some advice that we probably are playing some copyright music. So I have to probably discontinue some of the music that I play, and maybe some of the voices, like when I produce and play voices that we probably have some of that are copyrighted, and we may need to let go of that. The solution though is that we are going to have to take a different approach. We're going to have to use multiple platforms, and I'm working with someone to see how best we can purchase a piece of software so that we can stream on all the platforms simultaneously.
Uh-huh.
That is going to happen maybe before the end of this year. I know, for example, that we do have some new ideas for the program going forward, but because of what we have happening now, so we are at 40% of our viewership tonight. 40%. So at 150, we are only at 40%, because we have not been pushed out. I see Chops want to join us. Maybe we could take him up for a while.
Well, he's saying that he will be willing to help us if we so desire. Of course, we welcome all the help we can.
Can you add it?
But neighbor, before you go on, I just want to say, I'm very humbled with the numbers that you spoke about just now.
Oh, yes.
And I would like to.
I can send it to you. So you can put it on the screen so that the viewers are, our listeners know that we are actually, I'm reporting the weekly report. Yeah.
Right. But I just want to take this opportunity to thank our listeners, our loyal listeners, our loyal supporters for standing by us and sticking with us through, the bad times and the good times. And,
Oh, yes.
just to let them know how much we appreciate them.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And I must say to you, Caroline, that we have, you told me earlier that the Jamaica Labour Party is a good brand. And my views here, if they support the Labour Party, are the truth. I'm not here telling any lies.
That's what makes it easy, neighbor, because we're not speaking. We don't have to fabricate stories. We don't have to cover up anything. All we have to do is speak the truth. So, what better way?
Yeah, I lost Chops. All right, send back the request, Chops, and let's talk about this. Yeah, so that's what we have now. We are below. They told me that they will lift the restrictions tomorrow. So by the time we come on tomorrow, we may be off the restriction. But as I said, it is the algorithm AI that runs this. So they're asking us to look into the music we are playing, the voice clips that we play. Those are some of the things that may be causing a little challenge. In addition to the number of reports that they have gotten suggesting that the program is to be taken down from the app. That is what has been happening to the program, that they are getting a lot of complaints that the program is not good. It's not a good program in Jamaica, and we're to be taken off the air. But so it is.
Well, neighbor, I can't spend a lot of time with you, but there's something I need to say that, I'm very grateful, or I should say we are very grateful that despite the challenges, you are, sticking it out. And, just remember, neighbor, that, setbacks are set up for greater comebacks. Huh?
Well, lovely. Thank you for that. Okay.
And it's very important that everyone understands that, we are a team, and we stand by each other. We stand by each other. And if you touch one, you touch all.
Well, wonderful. Well, I think the listeners should know that the gifting for this program has been suspended also. So they can't send any gift. So persons who want to make contributions will have to do so through the Zelle account. Which probably is a better option. I think that is important also to understand that the program needs financial support, but we are not allowed to accept any gift tonight on this platform. So we can't get any roses, and the gift that we got, they took it away. They took it away. Anyway, so I hope that Moderator Harry.
Moderator Harry, neighbor, Harry.
Yeah, Moderator Harry.
Neighbor, not moderator.
Give us a few minutes, Paul. Let's don't pick you up. Give us a few minutes.
Moderator.
Yeah, you could.
Well, before you go to Harry, neighbor, let me just say this. I will be listening, but I won't be able to participate much, okay?
Absolutely, mommy. And I say mommy. and I thank you. We miss you a lot, and we're anxious for you to come back next year, eh?
Well, neighbor, there's no need to miss me. I'm always here.
Okay. Well, I tell you, lovely. Great. Have a great night, and you're going to be in the background somewhere there.
Of course. Good evening, Scratchy and Harry. Yes, I'll be hanging out listening, but
blessed evening to you, Caroline.
I'm here. Scratchy, just know we stand with you, okay?
I know that, Caroline. I don't have to question your loyalty.
All righty.
Okay, we're coming to you. We're coming to you. Harry, please post that Zelle account. The listeners cannot. Yeah. So listeners, please Zelle us your contributions tonight, because you can't send anything to us. Okay, please. Coming to you. Okay, that's not it. That's not it. Coming to you, listeners. All right, here is it. Great. Top of the night to you, Scratchy. How you doing, sir?
Blessed night, neighbor. Blessed night to you, neighbor. Caroline, Harry.
One of my listeners asked me earlier if I make up with you. I didn't know we broke up.
Make up? No, neighbor. They will never see that, neighbor. That's what they're trying, you know?
I didn't know we broke up. They said if I make up with you.
No, never, we never, me and you would never reach to that level where we break off certain way, never, ever.
But I didn't know that we broke up.
Not time, never. This band cannot break, never. Caroline, Harry, this band cannot break, you know? One Politics Plus.
Great, that's great, sir. So you're doing all right? I understand that you had a loss in your family.
No, neighbor, it wasn't a loss. You know, it was last year, neighbor. I mean, yesterday to today, neighbor, would have really make 1 year since the passing of my nana, my grandma, neighbor. And you know, I just saw it fit, neighbor, to kind of take some time out last night.
Yes.
Kind of reminisce, neighbor. My nana was my everything in the neighbor. Wash, cook, clean, everything, no matter my age, you know. So, I definitely do miss her, neighbor. And I was just reminiscing. Took a time out yesterday, neighbor, to just give the attention to my nana. That's what I did.
Okay. Great. I was shocked because I was saying to myself that I don't know about any breakup, or maybe it's a wish, eh?
Definitely, neighbor. It's a wish, and before I go any further, neighbor, I would just like to say, neighbor, before I go any further, I see someone in the chat, Camille, neighbor. Today's Camille's birthday, so everyone just wish Camille a happy birthday. Camille is in the chat. Yes.
Camille, what are you doing?
Happy birthday, Camille.
Well, let's play the birthday song for her.
Yeah, play the birthday song for Camille, neighbor. I think she deserves it.
Absolutely. Yes, of course. Happy birthday to you, Camille. Let's celebrate our listeners. Celebration time for Camille. That's for Camille. Camille, happy birthday, my sister, and I wish for you the very best, and God's richest blessings follow you from today onwards, and that all your dreams will come through, and that you'll live to see many, many, many more on this your very special birthday. Happy birthday again, my dear sister. Have a fantastic night.
Yes, neighbor. Just 3 quick points before I begin. A second one, neighbor. I saw where Paul said that he would be donating, he would be helping 10 single mothers.
Okay.
And I would definitely, neighbor, like to recommend Kimmy be a part of that, neighbor. Kimmy, I think Kimmy deserves it. Not because she's less than anyone or anything like that. I don't know her situation financially, but because she's definitely a single mommy, neighbor. She introduced her son to the platform one day. I think he's a very wonderful young man, neighbor, with a very bright future. And I think that Kimmy should be added as one of those 10 single mothers, neighbor. Who call. Yes, I would recommend Kimmy as one. I definitely, if I can, I would recommend Kimmy be one of those 10 single mothers, neighbor, going forward.
Yes. Well, Caroline can coordinate that. Caroline, you can send Paul Caroline's contact, eh? Or you can make the link, and she will arrange that, eh?
Yeah, Caroline, get to Paul.
I'm sorry, I missed that. Could you please repeat?
The guy named Paul is a guy, Paul from Canada. He said that he's willing to help 10 single mothers, Caroline. So could you just get in contact with him?
Okay, Paul, could you please send me a WhatsApp to 954-635-8732?
I think Scratchy has his contact. Scratchy will.
I don't have his contact name, but I just have his email.
Okay, all right. All right.
My next neighbor, my third point, neighbor, is I'm not gonna dwell on this long, but I just want to say, neighbor, that to our loyal supporters, neighbor, of this program. Yes. I just want to say a big thank you to you guys, neighbor, for all the strength that you guys showed to us, neighbor, despite whatever difficulty or whatever thing is going on with us at this moment in time. Yes. I just want to let you guys know that I appreciate it very much. A lot of person reach out to me. So a lot of person in chats and stuff reaching out and saying, Ray, thank you guys very much. No, I definitely appreciate it. And neighbor, I know that there are persons who might, to a certain extent, might be disappointed in whatever actions or whatever behavior, whatever style they might say I took on a particular life. I also want to apologize to those persons. I'm also a human, you know. I'm human, and sometimes we do make mistakes, and sometimes we do get caught up in our temper, make temper get the better of us. And again, now, neighbor, there are persons who might felt that Scratchy should have went harder, Scratchy you go too easy, these persons are this. But I just want to say that those persons, neighbor, that the whole of the time I get, neighbor, I realize now, neighbor, that it's not every fight, neighbor, is worth fighting. Wow. And I think, neighbor, that Yes, that is one of the things that I have learned, neighbor, with and as the older I get, neighbor. I'm 37 years old, neighbor.
Okay.
And I will not, neighbor. I'm not gonna. I pick my battles now wisely. I'm more smart, neighbor. And any battle that I'm gonna go in, neighbor, once I am the person who have more to lose, I will not engage in any form of battle like that or any form of tit for tat like that. Because I think in this situation, I have more to lose, neighbor. I am in a way, and this is not. I'm not better than anyone, neighbor. No one is better than me, neither. But I can safely say, neighbor, that I will not enter into any tit for tat or disrespect with anyone, neighbor, who I'm in a financial situation where my financial situation is way better after years. My living condition is way better after years. I am not against health. My health condition is way better after years. I will not stoop to those persons' level, neighbor, no time, and engage in any form of tit for tat. So anyone who felt that Scratchy should go harder, this is my reason for reframing. I am more wiser. I have too much to lose right now, neighbor, compared to what others might have to lose. So I can't let persons win, neighbor. So definitely, I just want to say again, thanks to everyone who stand up for me. Thanks to everyone who stand up with the platform. And as Caroline said earlier on, it's all for one and one for all. That's all I have to say. Good night, everyone. And anyone, again, if anyone feel disappointed in Scratchy, I'm definitely sorry about that.
Well, thank you both. Thank you for that, Mr. Scratchy. Great. Scratchy, I want you to listen to Mr. Siaga as I set the context for what I want to talk to you about tonight. And Harry, listen to Mr. Siaga, listeners. This is Mr. Siaga in 2002.
The Jamaica Labour Party has watched with deep concern the events that have transpired over the past 10 years or more. And over this period, we have taken note of the fact that Jamaica has had virtually no economic growth. And we're the only country in the free world with that experience. Over this period, we have borrowed much more than is readily repayable. The national debt in 1988 was $33 billion. Today, it is some $600 billion, or nearly 20 times as much. Interest rates have crippled business expansion and job creation. The unemployment rate shows little or no improvement. Widespread business failures and financial failures have taken place. 40 financial institutions have collapsed. Virtually every sector of the economy is in decline or stagnating. Agriculture, every crop is in trouble. Manufacturing is in a continuous decline. Tourism is in crisis. Only the mining sector shows some slight ray of growth. The education system is still centered on educating a quarter of the students. Hence, 3 out of every 10 are illiterate when they graduate from primary school, 2 out of every 10 from secondary school, and 7 out of 10 have no passes at all. Crime has doubled, 10,000 killed. Corruption in office has been unprecedented.
Time up. Scratchy? Scratchy, you.
What year was that interview, neighbor? What year was that, neighbor?
That's 2002, sir. The 2002 election. A situation described by Mr. Siaga. Can I play it again?
Sure, play it again.
Listen to it again. I tell you something. And you know, the point I want to make to Jamaica is that wholeness deserves accolades. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, if you are listening to me tonight, sir, you have rescued Jamaica from the pits. The truth, man. Let me tell you something. This country owes that man a of crap. You don't think so, Scratchy?
Definitely, neighbor. Most definitely, neighbor. Especially persons who have an understanding, neighbor, of what the 90s was like, neighbor, and can compare the 90s to now. They would definitely know that Jamaican own this neighbor would definitely owe this man a depth of gratitude. Definitely.
Yeah. All right. Let's listen again to Siaga.
Good evening, everyone. The Jamaica Labour Party has watched with deep concern the events that have transpired over the past 10 years or more. And over this period, we have taken note of the fact that Jamaica has had virtually no economic growth. And we're the only...
So the first thing he said there is that there was no I don't want to disrupt him. Go ahead, Eddie.
Country in the free world with that experience. Over this period, we have borrowed much more than is readily repayable. The national debt in 1988 was $33 billion. Today, it is some $600 billion, or nearly 20 times as much. Interest rates have crippled business expansion and job creation. The unemployment rate shows little or no improvement. Widespread business failures and financial failures have taken place. 40 financial institutions have collapsed. Virtually every sector of the economy is in decline or stagnating. Agriculture, every crop is in trouble. Manufacturing is in a continuous decline. Tourism is in crisis. Only the mining sector shows some slight ray of growth. The education system is still centered on educating a quarter of the students. Hence, 3 out of every 10 are illiterate when they graduate from primary school, 2 out of every 10 from secondary school, and 7 out of 10 have no passes at all. Crime has doubled, 10,000 killed. Corruption in office has been unprecedented.
Time up. What a condition Mr. Siaga described there, Scratchy. 7 out of every 10. 7 out of every 10 student was leaving school without a single pass, Scratchy.
I'm telling you, if you know about the 90s, neighbor, anyone was going to high school in the 90s.
We were
PNP, neighbor. PNP.
You want to tell me this was our country, Scratchy? This is the country that we were living in at that time as young people.
90s. 7 out of 10 students leaving school without a subject, neighbor. PNP.
Jesus Christ, my God, oh God, this is...
But yes, you say it is manifesting now, right? The out of 10 are manifesting now with the misinformation. Manifestation is coming to life, Scratchy. My dear.
Exactly.
Hold on a little bit, Scratchy. I laughed, Scratchy, I laughed, but I'm going to pull up Mr. Golden's take on this, because Scratchy, it's almost as if Mr. Golden took from Mr. Siaga what Mr. Siaga said there, because Golden didn't say anything different in 2007. Remember, the PNP won this election,
Yes, they won that election, neighbor.
Yes. The PNP won that election.
Labour Party made up a lot of grounds in that election, neighbor. Labour Party came out of that election with about 26 seats, I believe.
They did. Scratchy, tell me something. In a situation like that, with the debt, Mr. Siaga said, when they took office, was 33 billion, and they increased the debt 20 times that. Where the hell them do with the money?
Finsack, and the current leader of the People's National Party and his surrogate, his second in command. That is where the money went, neighbor. Sweetheart deals, nepotism, cronyism. That's all the PNP do, neighbor. Waste Jamaica money. I tell you about the glorious days of the 90s. when the rest of the world, every other country, neighbor, that you see right now found wealth or is of certain amount of wealth, neighbor, they found that wealth or the prime of that wealth, neighbor, came within the 90s. And Jamaica failed to capitalize, neighbor. And the fact that there wasn't any major global shock around the world in the 90s in terms of hurricanes or storms or financial problems. There wasn't anything like that externally or global shock. It was a man-made one, neighbor, that damaged Jamaica, that was created by our own government at the time.
Oh boy. Kimmy, how are things, man?
But it's adding up now, you know, because we're seeing that the 1 in every 10 is now being manifested on social media with the misinformation, the lies, the propaganda, everything they say that they turn and twist it the other way. It's showing now, Mr. Neighbor. It's showing why is it that when Mr. Siaga had said that, we the people, well, them the people, did not look to see that these people are going to come back in our life, Mr. Neighbor, to taunt us. Huh? And we're sitting here and we're thinking, because I kind of think I talk similar. Thank God for Andrew. Thank God for the plans that he had put in place. Thank God for the 9 years, in our 9 years, Mr. Neighbor. Because if it wasn't for this man, he would still be in the hole. And I dare to say, I believe FinSat 2.0 would have been happening if they had won the election, Mr. Neighbor. If they had won this election, because right before our eyes, it is still happening. Right before our very eyes, we're asking questions and we can't get answers. Yet still this party says that they love us. Huh? When, where? It's happening. They're tearing down. Even now, on the backs of the Jamaican people, they're tearing us down. And they're using the word Melissa as ploy. Poor Melissa, everything Melissa get blamed for.
Yeah. You know, Scratchy, I want you to listen again to Mr. Siaga making an amazing admission about how the PNP operates. Listen to him.
Credit to the People's National Party for their political acumen and their political capabilities. I don't claim to be as versed as they are in how to practice the art of politics. I don't know why you want me to speak of the PNP without taking note of the strength of the JLP, which is quite the opposite of that of the PNP. But I do believe, however, that while it may be a strength to the party, it is a weakness to the state. Because you can't...
Scratchy, that the Mr. Siaga is pointing out that the PNP is very good at politics, but they are weak at government. Is that a good observation?
Definitely, neighbor. Anyone who has been tracking and following the politics, neighbor, definitely know that, neighbor, the People's National Party, neighbor, is very, very good at politics, neighbor, but has always been poor in terms of government. Because the
PNP, that is their strength. The strength of the PNP is that they are very good at politics. As a matter of fact, I think he's actually admitting that they're outsmarting him. Listen to him.
You cannot use politics as a means of decision making to evaluate your programs and your projects in terms of political benefit only. When you do that, something else is going to suffer. And generally, the economy suffers. That is what happened to us in the 70s. Politics was how we decided what should be done and what should not be done. And you know what happened then. The fact of the matter is that we must evaluate the decisions that have to go into making policies on the basis of what is affordable and what is good for the nation, not what is good for the party. And therefore, I don't want to be as good as the People's National Party is, and my team doesn't want to be either in terms of politics, just so long, of course, as we...
He doesn't want to be as good as the PNP in terms of politics. Scratchy, what an amazing honesty from a man.
Neighbor, again, Mr. Siaga, neighbor, my favorite politician, neighbor, someone who I love very much, neighbor, I respect very much, a man who I've spoken with, I've had conversation with this man more than once. So neighbor, definitely neighbor, a very wise man, neighbor, he knows. Neighbor, when I listen to the media, neighbor, and I hear how the media make Mr. Siaga look like a bad person, neighbor, I am shocked, neighbor, because the things that comes out of this man mouth, neighbor, is nothing compared to what they're trying to make him look like. When you hear, neighbor, now, someone like this, neighbor, who's going for the highest office to be a prime minister, telling you that he don't want to be as good in politics as the PNP because he's basically telling you that no matter the games and the trick that the PNP use to maintain them political momentum, he's not willing to put the economy and the wider Jamaica at risk just for political gains. And neighbor, we see where the PNP has also done that over the years. We see now right now, the current leader neighbor goes into the parliament and he's talking about his 400,000 votes. So that goes to show you, neighbor, that this is how the PNP operates overall, neighbor. My grandfather, neighbor, told me that when Michael Manley was the Prime Minister of Jamaica, neighbor, he told me that whatever decision was to be made, neighbor, it wasn't being made by the cabinet of Jamaica, neighbor, that was being made by the executive of the NEC of the PNP. Those were the guys who were making the decision for Jamaica. Not the decisions were being made for me. Not the cabinet. It wasn't the cabinet of Jamaica. My granddaddy told me that when Michael Manley was the Prime Minister, the decisions that were being made that were supposed to be made for the benefit of the country and the economy were not being made by the cabinet. It was being made by the People's National Party executive.
Wow.
This is how they operate, man. Mr. Siaga, come and say it right now. Mr. Siaga know that to a fact as well.
Yes, that's what Siaga was saying, that it was politics that was predominant, the strength of the PNP. And here is Siaga making an admission like that at a national debate, Scratchy, to say, hey, they are better than us in the politics.
Definitely, but even till today, 2025, we have an election, neighbor, about a couple months ago, neighbor. We were even saying that the politicking that they come with, neighbor, that is what they always try to use. That's why you're telling neighbor that the further Jamaica advance, neighbor, is the more diluted the PNP and the more unrecognizable the PNP will become. Because the PNP strive on chaos, neighbor. They strive on poverty, neighbor. They strive on high employment, neighbor. And they thrive on low growth and a disastrous economy where they don't want everybody to can go out and get their own. They rather they come and give you something in an envelope. That is what the PNP strive on, neighbor. So with the advancement of Jamaica and the advancement of the people, the increase in the literacy rate, the increase in the infrastructure of the country, the increase in the economy, neighbor, we are going to see the PNP become diluted. And we are seeing it, neighbor. We have never, who would imagine, neighbor, that in 2025 you would see this opposition party having a third term, the PNP? Who wouldn't believe that right now? And that is a result, neighbor, of the advancement of Jamaica and the advancement of the world, the technological advance that we have now. They can't hide information from us again through JBC or TVJ, whatever their name was at the time. They cannot come and tell us what is that, and we have the ability to go and search and research. Tambourine Tom Library, neighbor, is not our main source of information no more. Tambourine Tom Library is not our main source of information no more, neighbor. Yes, we have smartphones now, we have gadgets and devices now where we can go and get our information.
Yes. Scratchy, is it the politics that the PNP practiced why they were so successful at elections and not so much their economic or management of the country? Was it the politics they used to outfox the Labour Party?
Definitely, neighbor. They use the politics to outfox the Labour Party, neighbor. Like they prey on the needs of these people, neighbor. They use the lawlessness, neighbor. They push a certain level of lawlessness towards these people. They push the hustling mentality towards these people, neighbor. So whenever they gain power, they gain state power, neighbor, they have to make sure that they continue to maintain this with these people. So they cannot come as real leaders, neighbor, and make right decisions, neighbor, that will benefit the country and the economy at a larger extent. They tend to go for decisions, neighbor, that benefit their small demographic group that voted for them, neighbor. They hope not this sort of government for hustling and to all type of illegal activities, neighbor. Remember when the Jamaica Labour Party took office in 2007, neighbor, when Bruce Colin won, when our ministers were going into ministries, neighbor, there were computers that were missing. There were documents that were shredded, neighbor. The JUTC are dead persons who were being paid every fortnight same way, and persons who never go to JCTC go drive a bus one day. So we know, neighbor, that the People's National Party, neighbor, they prey on the agencies, neighbor, and the arms of government, and use the arms and the agencies of government, neighbor, to bring scarce benefit to their people. That's how the People's National Party survive. And that is what they were trying come 2025, September the 3rd, 2025, neighbor. And Jamaicans rejected them, tell them that we're past that type of politics. We don't want a handout anymore. I want to go out there and be able to achieve for myself. Because a handout, neighbor, cannot build a bathroom on my outside, my little one room that I have in my tenement yard. Handout cannot give me a bathroom, neighbor. Handout cannot give me a kitchen. All handout is going to do, neighbor, is continue to give me some little small stuff that cannot advance my life, my living condition, or anything like that. So I think that is why, neighbor, the People's National Party, they are diluted, neighbor. They are no longer recognizable.
Yeah, Aristotle Scratchy, he's a Greek philosopher, and he believed, Scratchy, that politics should serve the common good, with a focus on distributive justice. He argued that a just society is one where citizens have access to resources and opportunities. And the access to resources and opportunities is what allows the people to flourish. Scratchy, the period of the 90s, there was a lack of access to opportunities, a lack of access to resources. And as a result of that, the people did not flourish. Scratchy. I came upon a research that I've been looking at about systemic enslavement. And systemic enslavement has to do with the economic disempowerment. In other words, no opportunities are available to the people, and in that regard, they are enslaved. Would you agree with me, Scratchy, that we reintroduced slavery in Jamaica during the period of the 90s?
Yes, neighbor, and I would definitely agree with you, neighbor, because when you look at slavery, neighbor, how slavery was carried out, neighbor, and you look at the characteristics of slavery, neighbor, you look at all the things that make up slavery, neighbor, lies, manipulation, neighbor. You find that the PNP, neighbor, this is what the PNP strive on: misinformation, disinformation, manipulation, lies. So you find that definitely, neighbor, without the actual chains on our feet, neighbor, and our hands, the People's National Party, neighbor, use, neighbor, the arms and the agencies of government, neighbor, have them run down in deplorable condition, neighbor, so that persons for persons to go to the hospital, neighbor, you couldn't get the proper treatment, you couldn't get the proper health care and stuff like that, things that they didn't deserve, because the People's National Party, neighbor, wanted persons, neighbor, to continue to live within a certain belief, live within a certain condition, so that they can manipulate them, so that they can control them through the misinformation. When I was going to school, neighbor, as a young boy, neighbor, I was walking past Kingston Public Hospital, neighbor, I had to cover my nose. Neighbor, when I was walking as a young youth, coming in the 90s, neighbor, coming from primary school and walking past Kingston Public Hospital, I had to cover my nose. So you find that, neighbor, when I look at what is going on now in Jamaica compared to the 90s.
No, you had a cold.
No, neighbor, definitely not. It was definitely not a cold, neighbor. There was a stench, neighbor, that used to come from the Kingston Public Hospital. Anyone who live in and around that area, neighbor, who visit that hospital, neighbor, could tell you, neighbor, that in the 90s, neighbor, there was a stench, neighbor, that come from that hospital. You could know that, yes, you're approaching Kingston Public Hospital. Mad Funeral Home behind it, neighbor, was also a stench coming from there as well. So you find that, neighbor, all of the agencies, the key agencies and arms of government that were set up, neighbor, for persons to benefit from, as you just read from the article a while ago, about the agents where citizens benefit from, neighbor. Those things were in a deplorable condition, neighbor. Our police stations, neighbor. Police didn't have that. Police didn't have the will, neighbor, nor the tools to carry out their functions. So you find that is how persons turn down, neighbor, to the strong men in the community, neighbor, for justice. Because when you call the police and take long for coming, tell us there's no vehicle at the station, or the station is in such a deplorable condition, or the station is so far away. So you find that, neighbor, the PNP, neighbor, they broke down all of the things, neighbor, that are supposed to maintain any form of upliftment towards citizens or human beings' life, neighbor. And they leave the citizens in the 90s, neighbor, to squalor and live in lawlessness and maintain and breed and the hustling mentality. We see where Jamaicans don't want to work, neighbor, they can't hustle. And hustling is not hustling, it's thieving. It's stealing, you're stealing people things. So, neighbor, the People's National Party is definitely one of the persons, neighbor, or a group or the organization that is responsible for a lot of the flaws that Jamaica is going through right now.
Coming back to you, Scratchy. Go ahead, Kimmy. Go ahead.
Scratchy gone too far, because in the early 2000s, the hospitals, Mr. Neighbor, was the absolute worst. And I can say that because the hospital grew me, Mr. Neighbor. I was always sick growing up, right?
Wow. Sorry about that.
And I can tell you that even my medication, just the medication to ease my pain, was lacking. I remember I was at the Kingston Public Hospital in the early 2000s, and the bed that I was on, Mr. Neighbor, was Rakitaki. And they put a lady beside me, and they were so understaffed at the Kingston Public, and she had a bag. And I remember my bathing rack fell in that U-ring, and it stayed there for a good while because nobody was there to clean it. The People's National Party, you are right. They are good at politics, bad at governance, bad at taking care of the people of Jamaica. They literally, Mr. Neighbor, kept us in a cage with just what was there on the radio station and on the TV. And we cannot sit idly. And that's why, Mr. Neighbor, I visit platforms like yours, and I talk on mine. And that's why the persons over here come over mine as well, because we talk the truth of what was happening back then to now. It has never been, and I asked the question, and I'm going to continue to ask this question, Scratchy. If things were so good in the 80s and the 90s, why did they run from Kingston, Jamaica to go for better life? That's the only question I would love an answer for, since they were working on gold, Mr. Neighbor. That's what they said. Money in a pocket. So why did they leave? Why so many of them in the diaspora?
Yeah.
I don't get it, sir.
Fantastic.
Slavery days we lived under in that party. Slavery days. High bills. Tax, and more taxes. Every time the budget read, we cringe, Mr. Neighbor.
Yes. My goodness. Yeah, hold on. Kimmy, you can chime back in. Scratchy, Karl Marx, you see, argued that true freedom requires economic liberation. And he says that if you are stuck in poverty, struggling to survive, you don't really have any choice. And he says that the shackles represent systemic barriers, which is a lack of access to resources and unequal opportunities that limit the potential of individuals. Do you think, Scratchy, that there is a generation of Jamaicans that their potential was limited by the devastating impact of the economic meltdown of the 90s? Do you think we are struggling today? Some of our people are struggling
Definitely,
for that.
Neighbor. I believe that, Neighbor, our population, Neighbor, who was a part of that 18 and a half years of the PNP. I was a child at that time. I spent the whole 90s in basics and primary school. So I believe that persons who were of an older age, persons who were parents, Neighbor, persons who were just about to leave high school and stuff like that, Neighbor, I think to a certain extent, yes, Neighbor, those persons definitely suffered, Neighbor. Those persons suffered from failure of their government. I think their state failed them, Neighbor, in advancing their knowledge, Neighbor, in advancing them personal development. I don't think the state aided any time at that. When I go back and I look at the 90s, Neighbor, and compare to now, there wasn't much help, Neighbor, for persons, despite whatever condition they were living in, whether they were considered as the most vulnerable or not. I didn't see much in place for them looking at things now, comparing back then. So I would definitely have to agree, Neighbor, to Carl, Neighbor, that economic, Neighbor, to push your economy, Neighbor, your persons, your citizens must have some amount of freedom, some amount of space, Neighbor, because the economy cannot grow through government alone, Neighbor. It has to do with the citizens. Now, how your economy can grow, Neighbor? By providing a good education system, by providing a good healthcare system. These are the things, Neighbor, that are at the beginning that brings you to that winning spot. So I think in the 90s, Neighbor, definitely, Neighbor, the government of that time, Neighbor, failed majority of our citizens. And I think that it is as a result of the 90s why we are getting some of the misinformation, some of the disinformation, and some of the high level, Neighbor, of illiteracy that we're seeing right now. I can bet, Neighbor, if you check those persons' age, they were just about to leave high school in the 90s, or they were already adults in the 90s. I can definitely attest and tell you that, Neighbor.
Our caller, Paul, who came on this program, is why I've done this research. Because Paul said something here that has struck me. Paul said that his life could have advanced, I hope I'm not misquoting him, further had it not been for the bad policies of the... No, I think he was saying that the PNP affected his life. Are you on the box there, Paul? I wonder if you are listening. You could clarify if I'm misquoting you. Because Scratchy, there's no freedom if you don't have a job, Scratchy. How could you have a society with 3 million people, less than 3 million, and 500,000 are unemployed, Scratchy? That's a recipe for disaster.
Definitely, neighbor. It was definitely a recipe for disaster, neighbor. We saw that disaster manifested in front of our eyes, neighbor, in the 90s, neighbor. We saw the high unemployment rate, neighbor. We saw the high crime rates, neighbor. Crime was morphed and magnified in the 90s, neighbor. Poverty was magnified again in the 90s, neighbor. So we saw that all of those things, neighbor, was as a result, neighbor, of our citizens, government not being able, neighbor, to provide job, government not being able to provide an economy, neighbor, where the business class and the citizens can come join and create jobs and create opportunity for each other. So we find that, neighbor, the state definitely failed a large amount of us, neighbor, during that time. Our education system, neighbor, was shambles. I remember going to school in the 90s. I was going to a primary school. When I leave that primary school to go to a different primary school, neighbor, I believe up to close to about a month, neighbor, I didn't have a chair to sit on. I had to stand up at the back of the class or reach up on someone's seat. I don't see stuff like that going on right now, neighbor. And it wasn't just my class alone. All across the classroom and other class, neighbor, a lot of students didn't have desks and chairs. So as a student, neighbor, you cannot learn to the right way in that type of condition, neighbor. We must make sure that we make the learning areas fit, neighbor, for learning. So a student going to a school in the 90s, neighbor, having to stand up, neighbor, to write your notes, definitely not conducive to learning, neighbor. Overcrowded classrooms, poor furniture, a lot of things. Teachers don't come to school as regular because of whatever different reasons. So definitely, neighbor, every single way you look at it, neighbor, the People's National Party, neighbor, costs Jamaica a large percentage. I would like to tout and say that FinSac costs us 40%, neighbor. We need to look deeper past FinSac and see how many percent did it cost us, neighbor, with these persons who we pushed out, who basically weren't ready because the government at the time didn't put anything in place, neighbor. We didn't have a art program, neighbor, where you can go. Yes, there was art, but the program wasn't as advanced, the program wasn't robust as it is now, where persons could just leave, neighbor, and go right and get into art, neighbor. We didn't have a lot of these extra CXC classes where persons who failed CXCs, the parents could afford to send us to go back to our evening class over there. So we didn't see all of that in the 90s. So a lot of these social programs, social intervention programs, a lot of these things, neighbor, we didn't see these things in the 90s. And these are things, neighbor, that kind of cushion your most vulnerable, because the government, neighbor, must stand up for its most vulnerable. And I think the People's National Party did not only fail its most vulnerable, neighbor, but it failed also a lot of persons who weren't vulnerable, neighbor, but they had great prospect to prosper and strive in life, neighbor. They just needed more advancement, more push to industries and organizations from a governmental base. And I think the government dropped the ball and failed them on that part.
Thank you so much. If you're just joining us, Politics Plus is on with your neighbor. What is politics if not to help the people? Is Jamaican being helped? You know, we talk about illiteracy. I have a question for Scratchy when I come back, but just give me a second. I'm coming right back. If you're just joining us, we're looking at what is politics? What is politics to do? How is politics to help the people? And if we are to appreciate where we are today, we need to look at where we're coming from. Yep, the past, the history, very important. We're using as our context tonight Mr. Siaga's opening statement in the debate of 2022. Let's listen again to Mr. Siaga and get back to Scratchy. And Kimmy is here with us tonight also. Great.
You, Mr. Siaga.
Good evening, everyone. The Jamaica Labour Party has watched with deep concern the events that have transpired over the past 10 years or more. And over this period, we have taken note of the fact that Jamaica has had virtually no economic growth. And we're the only country in the free world with that experience. Over this period, we have borrowed much more than is readily repayable. The national debt in 1988 was $33 billion. Today, it is some $600 billion, or nearly 20 times as much. Interest rates have crippled business expansion and job creation. The unemployment rate shows little or no improvement. Widespread business failures and financial failures have taken place. 40 financial institutions have collapsed. Virtually every sector of the economy is in decline or stagnating. Agriculture, every crop is in trouble. Manufacturing is in a continuous decline. Tourism is in crisis. Only the mining sector shows some slight ray of growth. The education system is still centered on educating a quarter of the students. Hence, 3 out of every 10 are illiterate when they graduate from primary school, 2 out of every 10 from secondary school, and 7 out of 10 have no passes at all. Crime has doubled, 10,000 killed. Corruption in office has been unprecedented.
No.
Time up.
Boy, Scratchy is not a laughing matter. Can I tell you something, Kimmy? Can I tell you something? We should play these for your radio. Let people understand where we are coming from. It was very bad. It was very, very bad. You know, Kimmy, is it not true that the Jamaican people are dark to their past? They don't understand where we're coming from.
It is true, Mr. Neighbor, because even today, a man came on my platform and he said that we're not telling the truth. And Mr. Neighbor, I really, really have to say, maybe God is working, because we talk about Eddie Siaga today on our platform. We talk about this man and the work that he did for Kingston, Jamaica. And I asked the man that was on there, I said, why is it every time the People's National Party is going to talk about the leader, they only talk about one person, and that's Manley? What happened to Miss Miller? What happened to Mr. Patterson? Weren't they good leaders? Weren't they good prime ministers? Why are we stuck on this one person that is back in the past that I, Kimmy, don't know nothing about? I don't know how he was, what he did, and all of these things. I can only read on that. But I can probably remember a part of Mrs. Cynthia Miller's journey as Prime Minister of the country. What did she do? And he said that she started the infamous Jeep.
Yes.
And I believe everybody started to laugh, Mr. Neighbor. I think he said Jeep.
Yeah, I think that Jeep may have won them the election.
No, not Jeep. No, not Jeep. Operation Pride is what PJE said started. Mr. Neighbor, Pride. Now, Mr. Neighbor started saying to him, what happened? How many land titles was given out in Operation Pride? And of course, I had to go and Google and research and let him know the failure of Operation Pride on the backs of the Jamaican people. And I said to him, in your party alone, your organization that you have and that you're supporting, there are so many scandals. And the one that I hate most out of all of them, because Mr. Neighbor, again, I cannot talk on FinSac. I wasn't there. But the one that I remember is the Cuban light bulb saga. Mr. Neighbor, the Jamaican people, the citizens of this country, had to pay back $270 million US in taxes because Mr. Kern Spencer could not account for what he did with these light bulbs that was supposed to be given to the poor people of Jamaica.
Is that so?
We end up paying taxes, Mr. Neighbor, for something that was free in the first place.
Fascinating stuff. The fact though, you know, Scratch, let me ask you this, Scratch. If we hypothesize using the period of the 90s to to lay the foundation for our argument, isn't it true, Scratchy, that Golden and Wholeness jointly liberated Jamaica? Before you answer that, Scratchy, here is Mr. Golden now in 2007. You heard Mr. Siaga? In 2002, PNP won the election.
Definitely.
10 years. They were,
Yes.
no, to what? And here's Golden now. Hold on. No, I missed that. Okay, here is it. Okay, let's cue that up a little. All right.
By a coin toss earlier, and now the opening statement from Mr. Golden.
Thank you very much. The People's National Party has been in power for the last 18 and a half years. During that period, with the exception of the first 2 years, Jamaica has never achieved as much as 3% growth in any 1 year. Over that period, we have accumulated 460,000 persons who either can't find work or have given up trying to find work.
By the way, Scratchy, based on what Mr. Siaga said earlier, these are unemployable. These 460,000 because they came out of school illiterate, Scratchy. I'm sorry to be laughing, but if I don't laugh, I'm going to cry. Based on what Mr. Golden is saying there now, these people who can't find work probably is because there was not only that there was no work, Scratchy, they were not trained, they couldn't do anything, they were illiterate.
Yes, neighbor. Once you're rendered unemployable, neighbor, there's unemployment and unemployable. So if you're rendered unemployable, neighbor, it means that you don't have you don't have the basic skills, neighbor, to go into the workforce. The basic skills. And that basic skill, neighbor, is to just sign your name. It means that you don't possess that basic skill to sign your name to enter the workforce.
Yes. But can you imagine a society, Scratchy, where 460,000 people can't find work?
I'm definitely, neighbor. I cannot only imagine, neighbor. I lived in it during that period of time, neighbor. I lived this. Yeah, it was a part of my reality. I was one of those persons trying to find work at that time, but I lived the reality. I have family members, neighbor. I saw cousins, aunties, uncles, neighbor, who sat home for the whole time. I was wondering why these people just sat home every day like that. But you know, I realized that.
But isn't this enslavement, Scratchy? Isn't this a failure of the state to carry out its basic fundamental responsibility to the people of Jamaica, Scratchy? Isn't this a failure of the state, man?
I'm definitely, neighbor. I think in football, neighbor, in football or soccer term, neighbor, they will call this an own goal, neighbor. And I definitely think that, neighbor, any political organization, neighbor, who have 460,000 persons who are rendered unemployable, neighbor, it's a total disaster, neighbor. Not even an election should be called. That political organization should be given a red card and just be asked to remove from office. And I definitely agree with Mr. Golden, the People's National Failure. And if you look at the rhetoric, neighbor, if you listen back to Mr. Siaga's speech, neighbor, and you listen to Mr. Golden's speech, neighbor, they are on par. They are on par, neighbor.
What I'm making is that it's almost like Golden took Siaga's speech.
Exactly.
8 years after that, Scotty, no change.
8 years after that, neighbor, 2002 debate, neighbor, Mr. Siaga came and made those pronouncements and complained about those stuff. And 8 years after, neighbor, Mr. Golden came and it was the same issues, the same problem. And that is why Jamaicans booted the People's National Party from office 2007.
Boy, I tell you, Golden, go ahead, listen, Golden again. Paul is
in any 1 year. Over that period, we have accumulated 460,000 persons who either can't find work or have given up trying to find work. During that period, we have accumulated a debt that is now costing the people of Jamaica $550 million every single day.
Then Scratch, if we can't find work and we can't, how come we were going in debt? What was the money doing?
And when I research and look neighbor, when I research a day,
in 2007.
Yes, neighbor, and I want to make a point. that Mr. Golden didn't make. That 550 million, neighbor, it was just paying down on the interest part of the debt in a neighbor. Just the interest part, not the principal. That 550 was just paying the interest part of the debt. Because the interest part blossomed neighbor over the 90s.
I just back you up. I just back you up there really quick. I'll just back you up there really quick.
Before you, Paul?
The Prime Minister declares that she's not changing course. Even if the majority of people say that we're going in the wrong direction, she says, not changing no course. And if we're not changing course, it means that a few will continue to plunder poor people's money because we will have to continue to live with the rampant corruption that has characterized this government, of which the Prime Minister has been a part from beginning till now. Not changing no course.
You are suspended, Paul. Detention from.
What a Thursday night. Going into History Thursday. Top, what a song. Scratchy, Kimmy Steers, and Caroline is on the line. Hey Daphne, hi, how you doing? Great. Sophia Powell 2011, push through. Can't play one.
In charge of the National Solid Waste. I never did.
Check my performance as Minister of Tourism.
When you were Minister of Tourism, why did you allow the slackness that went on at the Jamaica Tourist Board? They were treating government money as if it was their personal money.
I will not be dragged into your little lying, dirty, slimy trick.
And when I, Audley Shaw, asked you to explain yourself, you went to Crossroad and said,
don't show my chum. I don't chum this girl because I don't afraid of no man, no,
Sister.
We have a lot to cover and we don't have a lot of time. Miranda, how you doing tonight? Eight minutes up to 9 o'clock. Brother Harry, how you doing, sir? Please post. Our listeners cannot give us tonight. They have to. Zell, okay, all right. Let's go back to our guest. Paul?
Sir, I'm right here. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Paul, I have picked up this matter because of something you said on this program a couple mornings ago. You actually said that your own life was held back by the PNP's policies of the 90s. Is that correct?
Yes, that's 100% correct.
Yes. And would you want to share with our listeners why you made that comment and what specifically are you talking about?
Because I'm going to make myself very clear. Because in the late 90s, 97, 98, all of the investors them start pack up and they start to run. And the reason why they start to run, because of the mismanagement of the country. But because we did young, we never quite understand and look into it very deeply. But because we become a man now and we realize and we come age that we can vote and we realize and see what is going on because of the mismanagement, then we look back now, we understand that we leave school as a young man We can't get a job. We up and down here, we go up on construction site. When we go up on construction site, when we check it out at dance, a man tell us, oh, you can't get no work here, so you can't get no work there, so one man alone I run all 5, 6, 7 piece of road when other people now get anything to do. Them think there wasn't fear. And that is what the People's National Party do all along. Some people was getting help and some people wasn't getting help. The mismanagement of taxpayers' money. A country cannot grow. And that is why young people face it so hard back then. And that is why so many people start run overseas. And anybody can back me up. And I'm telling the truth, anybody can back me up. The teachers then start to run. One of the time, a private sectors and business people coming together to start pay the teachers them. Because they start to pack up and they start to run to America. Anybody can remember that. Police now get no assistance, them now get no help. Nobody care for them. It's a broken system. The system was broken, literally broken. They bust them down on the Ministry of Labor. Them are broke down on the highway where carry for America, them got airport. Ask anybody a lie me a tell or a truth me a talk. That time they have certain woman down a ministry. We are gatekeeper. They have a gatekeeper down there. A gatekeeper they have our ministry. We are let through certain people. She know herself. I don't have to call her name, but everybody know her. She cut off her ear. Flat like a man. She's a good lady still, but she was a gatekeeper. So when my people them come in and we go down there, she have to start fly up the gate and let through a whole heap of people same way. Because it was the same thing she was doing when the People's National Party in power. It was a gatekeeping business. And this is something I know for sure. And anything I know for sure, I'm not afraid to share it with the Jamaican people because I know I'm telling the truth. It was a sweetheart deal was going all along with the People's National Party. The MPs, the ministers, them. The ministers, them was playing sweetheart deal with, okay, this is how they do it now. If them know, say, this a man control number 10. Then we go in and then we give number 10 man and say, hey, okay, your response to clean up the place and whatever. And that the man then I must do not know with the money. And put the whole of the money in his pocket. And then the people them say the MP now do not, the MP now perform. When you see certain man come out and talk about them are done and them are this and them are that, them are not done. It's just because like they implement certain things. They are the one who implement it. And I said the other day, they are the one who make so much street youth up on the street because of the mismanagement of taxpayers' money. And anybody who feels the hands of the People's National Party can back me and support me. They make every investor run out of Jamaica. Even I get chocolate. We used to hire so many people. We was close right there, so they run not to be a banana to the ground. We hire so much people again. Because it's not people alone, we're in the inner city alone need jobs. People on the countryside as well need jobs. Then run public work to the ground. Then run cocoa board to the ground. When we get a storm, we never have to depend on nobody at all to clean our roads. Because we have truck and we have tractors, we have every single thing, graders. Demand them in my community, all of them used to have a job. Because some used to work at cocoa board, some used to work at public service, some used to work at a chocolate factory, some are engineer, some are pack box, some are do all kind of things. The road then used to clean 24/7. Every drains used to be clean. The road used to be kept. And since this man come into power, which is PJ Percival Patterson, Omar Davis, Philip Palwell, Roger Clark, Bobby Pickers-Gill, Portia Simpson-Miller, AJ Nicholson, KD Knight, and the rest of them, they are the one who is the downfall and the biggest meltdown for Jamaica. So me say it loud and proudly. Me just want Jamaica, especially young people, to just hold up them head. Just hold up them head and believe in themselves. And them have a prime minister that working in behalf of their way. Never drop their pride. Never drop their pride, none at all. Because all of this meltdown what they are going through is because of the People's National Party. And every young youth in my age group know that I'm talking the truth and I'm talking that with passion.
My God.
Bottom of my heart. And them make me run out of Jamaica. Because as Bruce come in and me get my chance, me run out of Jamaica. Yes, tell the truth, as Bruce win, and me get me chance, me run out of Jamaica because me say me take me chance under my government. And right now, me say Andrew bring me back. Andrew bring me back because me see governance that he's doing. Yes, a lot of people now talk the truth. I want when they turn on their phone, they must come in at the media and talk the truth and educate the youngsters them. So the youngsters them can motivate. So you can motivate each other.
Yes. Let me ask you something, Paul. Why do you think, though, that when you look at the political performance of the PNP over the last couple of months, especially in the general elections, that so many people were prepared to support them?
The people who were support them, it's a set of people that coming together that planning to overthrow the Prime Minister. And the reason for that, I can explain.
Oh?
The Prime Minister's wife have certain posts in cabinet. And the Prime Minister is the Prime Minister.
Well, not in cabinet.
No, not in cabinet. She's not a part of the cabinet.
In Parliament, then, or whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know, so they are looking and they are saying that, you know, the Prime Minister and his wife is sleeping, and if anything, she's gonna be on the Prime Minister's side and whatsoever. That is what they are thinking, which is that is smutty. That way of thinking is very smutty and very envy, because you are working for the people, you're a public servant. So that should never ever come into the way. So if you are telling me that you are dealing with politics, you should be dealing with politics and not bad mind. Because if you're gonna say you put the man horse up front, that is the first election. The next election you come and say you have 28 bank account. And at the same time when the election was going on, you guys have private investigator body investigate the Prime Minister in the heart of the campaign. Who does that? What is that saying?
Well, hold on there for me, please, sir. Scratchy, let me ask you this before I get back to Kimmy CS and Paul. Scratchy?
Yes, Neighbour.
Isn't Wholeness and Golding the liberators of modern day Jamaican slavery? Isn't these two men, are these two men on a pedestal today as shining beacons of liberation from economic enslavement?
Neighbour, again, I think yes, it is safe for you to say that. We can definitely agree to that, Neighbour. Mr. Golding, Neighbour, Kirsty made mention of it this morning, saying that Mr. Golding was probably one of the most underrated, probably one of the more underrated prime minister. He deserves more respect. I totally agree, neighbor, that this started under Mr. Golden, neighbor. A lot of the financial, a lot of the economic changes that we saw coming out of this after 2007 period, neighbor, cycle, governance cycle. Mr. Golden definitely, neighbor, brought a lot of eye-opening to us, neighbor. He showed us, neighbor, a lot of things that we didn't know that was going on, neighbor. A lot of things, neighbor, even when the government took office, Mr. Golden came out and told us that it is even in a worse condition than he thought. When he went into 2007, neighbor, as a new government, neighbor, there wasn't one red penny, neighbor, for the government to spend or do anything with. So definitely, neighbor, I think one of the most wonderful things that happened between Mr. Golden and Mr. Holness, neighbor, is that Mr. Golden started everything, neighbor, and I think it was great, neighbor, that Andrew Michael Holness was a part of Mr. Golden's cabinet at that specific time, neighbor. So Andrew Holness had an idea, neighbor, of what things should be like or what things should look like, neighbor. And I believe that when he get that leadership baton, he become the leader, and he knew, neighbor, exactly what Mr. Golden was pushing, like telling that the economy. And I think Mr. Holness take up that, neighbor, run with it. At first, 2016, 2017, 2018, a lot of persons were bashing him. The Prime Minister is only talking about economy, till the question was raised if economy can yam. And the Prime Minister did come out and tell us that, yes, the economy can yam. And I think a lot of us are now eating the economy, neighbor. We are seeing how delicious it is.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you, Scratch, because they remain in Jamaica. I could play Mr. Siaga.
Hold on, neighbor. When we say Golden, guys, definitely not Jefferson. You know, all right, Bruce Golden, definitely not Jefferson.
Yeah. The two Jamaicas, Scratchy. Do you not perceive, Scratchy, that because of the enslavement, systemic enslavement of the 90s, that now that the economic liberation is in force, in train, that the people still have not acclimatized themselves to the new norm of the opportunistic economy that has been built and are pushing forward to make use of it? Is that the challenge that we're having, Scratchy, that our people are still fixed to the 90s?
Yes, neighbor. I think a high demographic of our population, neighbor, is still in remnants of the 90s, neighbor. And these people still, a lot of persons, these are the persons, neighbor, who say that they prefer the 90s but they don't realize, neighbor, that in the 90s, they might be 18, 17, or 19 years old at that time. They might sit under their parents' responsibility. So a person might be saying, I prefer the 90s because in the 90s I could do this, or in the 90s I could do that. But those persons, neighbor, are what you would consider, not to disrespect anyone, neighbors, as persons with worthless persons, neighbor, if I want to use that word. Persons who, because of whatever negligence or whatever fraud programs or whatever the government at the time was bringing, neighbor, these persons were benefit of it so much by just sitting on their ass and not doing anything, neighbor, that they want to continue to strive and continue to live like that. So when they see now a person like Andrew Michael Holness come forward, trying to bring forth how our country should operate, he's going to get some form of rejection, neighbor, because persons can go back and say, but PJ never used to do this, PJ never did make way have to do that, PJ never did that. But they also need to understand that because PJ didn't do those stuff, neighbor, a lot of things that you wanted to do, you couldn't do. Persons who have kids, neighbor, they a lot of parents in the 90s, neighbor, cried because they couldn't financially balance their child in the way that they wanted to. In the 90s was the time, neighbor, when parents had to choose how much days of the week you go to school. A lot of, neighbor, I remember in Jamaica, Friday was like a no school day. Friday, yes. I don't see those things. Yeah, anybody can say that, neighbor. In Jamaica in the 90s, neighbor, Friday was a no school day. Your mommy is not going to send you to go to school Friday, neighbor. She will send you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We are not going Friday because that money have to see we try and make up the Sunday dinner for Sunday. So yes, glad to pass that stage, neighbor. And I'm happy for where we are now. And I think, neighbor, that even though some persons are still trapped in the 90s, neighbor, I can safely say, neighbor, that a majority of Jamaicans, neighbor, they applaud and they appreciate where Andrew Michael Holness has brought this economy. And not because, neighbor, they don't show that appreciation by dipping their finger in ink. That might be because of different reasons why they don't participate in that process. But I definitely believe, neighbor, that a high number of Jamaicans, neighbor, appreciate Andrew Michael Holness and they applaud him, neighbor, for how he has taken the shackles off our brain and off our mentality, neighbor, and throw them away. But some persons like the train and some persons like the chops. You know, there's different type of persons out there.
Yeah. Kimmy?
Still here.
Kimmy, do you accept what we are trying to reference here, that there are many people in the society, Kimmy, that the opportunities are available for them, but somehow they seem stuck in the period of the 1990s. Economic liberation, Kimmy, is pretty much happening in Jamaica. Don't you think that there are still many of our people that remain stuck in that period of hopelessness and dependency, really?
Lazy, Mr. Neighbor.
Lazy?
Lazy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Let me tell you, Mr. Neighbor. I remember in the early 2000s when Miss Simpson Miller announced the Jeep. To me, Mr. Neighbor, that was something big. Because we wanted jobs in Jamaica, and we hear that this thing is coming, right? And so because of that, how many thousands and thousands of youths would have been employed? And so, yes, we prepare our mind for this work, yeah. Whatever this work is, Mr. Neighbor. And then after a while, no work. And now we're getting work, and we're still so lazy because we love, Mr. Neighbor, the handout, the craft mentality, being depending on people. You don't want to work for yours. You wanna live that life where you think it is okay to just sit back, relax, and collect. Lazy, Mr. Neighbor. And because they don't see where Mr. Honest is taking us out of the I'm gonna give you the fish mentality. Instead of that, let me teach you how to fish and catch a tilapia, so you can have that tilapia training for the rest of your life. That is in the handbook, Mr. Neighbor. That is in the achievement book, Mr. Neighbor. That he taught the Ministry of Agriculture underneath rather thought how many young farmers how to catch the big piranhas and tilapias. So they will know exactly where in the sea to go so they can catch these expensive fish and make $1 for their family. And then the Ministry of Labor underneath rather taught them how to export these products, Mr. Neighbor, how to export their goods, and this was free, but we don't want that. Give me the tilapia, let me eat it today and forget about the rest of it. Forget about tomorrow. Forget about my lifestyle because I'm lazy. You're not getting up to go do. There's no more handout, Mr. Neighbor. Jamaica handout day is done. And nobody should be balling. Even in Melissa, we still see where work is being given out. We still see where persons can still get jobs. The Ministry of Labor 2 days ago on their website had how many job fairs, Mr. Neighbor, for different sectors in that organization. I even talk about it on my platform. But no, they want somebody to fill out the application, submit the resume, carry them down there, answer the question, and in fact do the job for them and them collect the money. It's lazy, Mr. Neighbor. There's only one word I can use, and that's lazy. A lazy mentality. In Kingston, Jamaica nowadays, everybody should be okay. I'm not saying that we're gonna be rich. And again, Mr. Neighbor, because of lack of knowledge, my people fail me.
Yeah, they perish. Yeah.
Mr. Neighbor?
Yeah, they perish.
Non-ambition. We sit and we roll and we dig out and miggle. And we wait on the browning for pass and we say, wow, go on sexy, big up yourself. I will sit down and wait on the man for come on Friday and give you whatever change it is. Not thinking that as a woman, you should hold your head high and go get your own. Go do you. Provide for you. Stop being lazy. I hate it, Mr. Neighbor. And if anybody can say that there is nothing good going on in Jamaica, it's the one that has that 1 in 10 education level. And I say that without no apology. How many persons went to school, Mr. Neighbor? What happened to the now we can go to heart free? So no youth should have said that they can't learn now, Mr. Neighbor. Not in this Jamaica. Not when we had Mr. Siaga starting it. You know, it's like the relay, Mr. Neighbor, if we were to compare it. Mr. Siaga was the starter. Then Bruce come with the second leg. You understand? And Usain Bolt, him just forward in. Wham! A lead. Take the world championship. Take everything. Number one on the podium right through. That is our honorable Prime Minister. He's leading by far. And I say this to everyone that is listening to us. If Mr. Holness had not been the Prime Minister of Jamaica when Hurricane Melissa hit, Dag Nyam We Sopa, there would be no money. Nobody would want to sit and talk with us because no one is going to talk to someone that is always in a when the rum tell you the big dancer mood. Nobody. And I'm not going to take back my talk, Mr. Neighbor. Nobody's looking at this man as a leader. No one. And so that's why I have questions for this same man who is claiming to be leading.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. I'm at 9:15 and I only have a little time left on the program tonight. So Kimmy, want to thank you for tonight. Thank you so much. Are you coming? Are you coming on?
I need a girl.
I'm in the comments, Neighbor.
Great. Take care of yourself.
I need a girl with sweet love.
You know, CS, are you there? CS? Are you on? CS? You've been there for a long time waiting. CS? There? No? Hello? What about Michael? Michael, hello? Michael, hello? Hello, Michael? No, Michael? Diane? Hi, Diane. Hello, Diane. Hi. No, Diane is not there. Michael nor CS. All right, great. Modern girl for Christmas. Girl, my goodness. Wow. I tell you, we need a modern girl around here, you know.
I need a modern girl with the old-fashioned kind of loving.
Diane, one more chance. You're there? Hi, Diane. No? Put me to bed at night and wake me up in the morning. Modern gal? Trap?
Not these modern girls.
Oh my goodness. You know, like the old foot, them, you know, the old foot.
Old foot better, Neighbor. Old foot, no, take care of the cold foot.
Can you guys take me down? I didn't request to come up.
All moonshine bright. Big up yourself if you're over 50. Big up yourself if you're over 50. You're still nice, eh? Big up yourself if you're over 50 listening to this program. Wow, you're looking nice. You know, Lisa Hanna is over 50. Lisa Hanna. Forever. Prop. Looking good at 50. Wow. Daphne, are you? You're over 50? Oh, Lord. You're a modern girl. Oh.
Don't play with them, Neighbor. Don't play with them. They don't play.
I tell you, Scratchy.
If you follow them to Neighbor, you eat out a box till thy kingdom come.
Thank you. I hope they love KFC, so man. What is KFC?
Say, you use plastic utensils till God come.
What is in the KFC? Why they love it so good? Line is 1 minute long. The girl say, you waiting on the line. All your gas are run out. You know what? You know what I heard the girls at the gas station saying, Scratchy, that they watch the men who buy $1,000 gas. The man will come buy $1,000 gas and don't have a chance.
Yeah, Neighbor, you're right.
So when I go to the gas stations in my town, all $500 gas me I buy.
Neighbor, when I was in Jamaica, Neighbor, I drive and I buy gas, Neighbor. I don't know why, Neighbor, but The only way I buy more than $1,000 gas is if I'm going far, neighbor. $1,000 was my limit, neighbor. I don't have to buy $1,000 gas.
That's my limit to full up what? $1,000 gas in the tank.
I pay $1,000 gas for buying, neighbor.
I don't have money to put on in a tank for waste.
Yeah, we put on in a tank of waste. I'm gonna buy food and eat.
You're gonna take that money and invest. You take your full up tank and put on that. You know the girls say they watch the men that come into the gas station. And they watch the men that buy $1,000 gas. Man, we buy $1,000 gas broke pocket.
Yeah, I couldn't buy more than I could have 50,000 in my pocket. I can't buy more than $1,000 gas.
Well, that's what me and the girls at the gas station I say so. I make sure when I go there $500 gas me buy. What a magic moment tonight.
My love is to the end of time. This magic moment.
Yeah, my friend told me that he took a young girl to a little spot, you see, Karachi. And when he woke up the morning and thought everything was nice, by 12 midday he started getting notifications from the bank.
Yeah, that's swipe.
That's swipe. The man said, yeah, that's swipe. Sheen account clear.
Yeah, but I didn't new thing that no neighbor. Sheen, the first thing as I meet one, you can clear machine card for me.
Clear the card.
Yeah, the way she.
No, she goes shopping, but she don't know how it can clear.
No, because neighbor want to tell you, 40,000 in a neighbor is a whole heap of Sheen product, you know.
You bet me. Brother saying he get account from the bank that in can't swipe. I don't know him a swipe it.
Magic moment. So different and so.
Young girls, I tell you, they're dangerous.
Yeah, neighbor, the young girls, them you have to know what you're doing with them, neighbor.
Yes, sir. There's no free tracking.
Something for something, yeah.
I see. Wow, you pay for it.
They're the ones, neighbor, who are responsible for relationship not working in this generation, neighbor.
The young girls?
Transactional, turning relationship into big transactional process.
It's a business.
It's a business, neighbor. It's a transactional process right now, neighbor. Something for something.
My goodness. Wow.
Nothing I give if you don't have nothing.
So what they give?
What they give, neighbors, Peanut Dread said, neighbor, is God give them it for us, and the neighbor, they want to sell us it.
God give them what?
Peanut Dread said that God give them it for us, neighbor, and they want to sell us it.
I see. Wow.
Yeah, Peanut Dread said that God gave them it.
You don't buy nothing?
I mean, whether anyway you take it, neighbor, you're buying it, whether indirectly or directly, neighbor. But I think the question should be if I directly buy, but you know, there's indirectly or directly.
No, sir.
Boy, I'll tell you something. This is all very exciting.
Tell him CEO Rush, all man buy, whether directly or indirectly.
Oh gosh.
Bless up, Daphne, no love my mother.
Boy, I'll tell you something. This is all very
Exactly, Denny.
No fear, you don't fear. You wait till me come down for talk about the young girl them neighbor. Never not do that because me love cook and me love clean and my house is listen neighbor, I love to cook, not do that. And every young girl love KFC, not do that.
There is no
and
absolute.
every girl wants so listen, don't do it, sir.
There's no absolute. I didn't say you. Are you over 50?
You say young girls. Yeah. But Mr. Neighbor love to cook and I can cook very well. I believe, Mr. Neighbor, that I will make a good wife. Don't do that. Excuse.
Well, I have no doubt. But I didn't say you, Kimmy. You are not over 50?
Mr. Neighbor, me knocking on 100. What you mean? What you mean? I'm soon 99, Mr. Neighbor. Right, there's somebody up in the age. Yes.
Seriously, how old are you, Kimmy?
May I scratch your same age?
You're a young girl, man. You're a young girl.
Oh gosh.
I can't believe the hype.
Well, I tell you something.
Yeah, but
it is what it is.
Mr. Neighbor, neighbor, listen, you have young girls that love to cook and clean and wash and ensure that the house and all that. I'm very obsessed with cleaning and don't do that something. You wait till I come down to talk about the young girls then. What?
Well, I'm telling you not my experience, the experiences I've heard about. You know that I am a bit of a counselor, ma'am?
No, sir. Mr. Neighbor, may I say a question? Just a person. Are you married, sir?
My what?
Are you married?
This is the Neighbor's program. You have blood my thing?
But that's a ask because Mr. Neighbor, I tell you, say you look ugly, from the older folk, the ladies that may want a good man. You look ugly, sir. That's that me just I tell you.
No one has ever expressed an interest in me on this program, man.
You never know, sir. You have what we call secret admirers.
Well,
right?
Then it shall remain a secret.
Boy, I tell you something.
You see, that's what I stop come over here, Anytime I come over here, you scratch on the foolishness over here, so I stop come over here.
Well, no, you won't stop at all.
That is true. That part.
Can't believe it.
Well, I tell you, I've not gotten any interest at all, ma'am. That's great.
Mr. Neighbor, I really hope, even if you're not, sir, I really, really see you as that protector of the home, that husband, that really good father, that mentor. I think young men, young people, young females, everybody would you can sit in a room and talk to them. Them a go down the road here. I feel like you can bring them back, sir.
Wow.
I feel like you can have an impact on them, to talk to them, to let them know that, listen, life is not like that. You can come up out of, right? I believe you have that potential, Mr. Neighbor. I believe you're a different gender. When I mean generation of men, you still believe in trying with people. You still believe in forgiveness and you're old school. You understand?
Yes,
and I like that about you, sir. If you continue, I'm like Christmas cake, sir. I'm like married cake too. So you know, long time I not go with me, Long time I not put on my pretty dan.
Go to your bed. It's 9:30.
I can't believe it.
She's going to tell us that we mash up the program. Scratchy. Scratchy.
Achoo.
Scratchy, don't. I won't take no call tomorrow night. Remember, are you deep?
It's not me, neighbor. You have to report to the boss, tomorrow morning we're getting a call,
Wow.
HR is calling up to the office too.
Yes, the moderator.
The HR is going to call us to the office tomorrow.
We're going to have to report to HR tomorrow.
Yes.
While we are under strict orders here, Scratchy, we're going to lose a little work.
I think we have a suspension coming because we have been very naughty and rude over the couple of days,
Yes, they're going to suspend you or me. I wish one of
I think a suspension is coming up from HR because we have been very out of touch from the couple of days. HR understands though.
Please, HR, understand it. Give me a chance, man. A Christmas a come. No, give me a chance.
A Christmas HR, give me a chance.
Give me a chance, man. We're not go be a bad next year. No true Scratchy. Give me a little chance, man. We've been good workers, have we not?
Definitely, we have been good workers, neighbor. It's almost less than what? How many days left? Less than 10 days, less than 15 days for the end of the year.
How much write up? How much letter you get, sir? How much letter you get?
I've not gotten any formal letters, neighbor, but I've been spoken to on more than one occasion. So that's what I'm trying my best. I'm trying to avoid. It wouldn't make sense, neighbor, to get a letter this late in the year, neighbor. So I'm trying my best to be on my good behavior.
You get warning, verbal warning.
Yes, neighbor, and I want to be here because I'm looking forward to my Christmas bonus. So
that is true, Scratchy. I wonder if no bonus ever run. You think so?
I'm looking forward to a bonus, neighbor, so I'm on my best behavior.
Yes, if you get this you never know because boy, I tell you, last year we didn't get none.
No, but I think neighbor, it would make sense for bonus, neighbor. The boss is on vacation, so why not the workers can go enjoy the Christmas as well?
Yes, listeners, you're gonna.
I don't think the boss is that selfish to take a vacation for herself and leave out her employees.
Well, I tell you. Anyway, Scratchy, we had a great night tonight.
I'm definitely Neighbour again, another wonderful night. Tomorrow night again. Tomorrow Friday night again.
Yes.
We definitely try to bring a different. And guys, remember, guys, come Tuesday is Neighbour birthday. We sent in a letter to HR, guys. We're waiting on a response from HR.
Yes.
We're trying to keep a party in the workplace. So,
okay. Have you got it approved?
No, not yet. I'm expecting tomorrow, Neighbour. By tomorrow, HR will get back to me if that letter is approved to her in regards to the changing of settings for the birthday party come Tuesday.
I've gotten 2 letters, Scratchy, and I was told that if I have to get a third, that I'll be suspended. So I want the talk line.
On the talk line, Neighbour.
Yeah, 2 letters we get already. Say behavior is not acceptable on the program, and should this repeat itself, they will have no other alternative but to suspend me for 3 days. Anyway, listen.
I know a suspension is coming because I was told that going forward, Neighbour, I should put myself in a position where I might have to host the program for a couple of days, you know?
Oh yes, you were told that.
I shouldn't even tell you this, Neighbour, but it seems like you're gonna get suspended, Neighbour.
I think so. I brace myself for it. Listeners, so that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I will be suspended.
I don't know exactly which day, but I was told by the HR department, Neighbour, that I should put myself in a position to host the program for a couple of days.
Yeah, but Scratchy, do you think that HR has been a little unkind to me? Because I have not gone overboard, have I?
Neighbour, I can't say if HR has been unkind, Neighbour. HR is very professional, Neighbour. HR is someone who like things done to the T, Neighbour.
Yes.
No room for any slackness. No? It's always 100% perfection to HR. So I think HR knows the potential and knows what to expect, Neighbour. HR is more in us, Neighbour, than what we see for us.
You think we should protest? By the way, Scratchy, you think we should protest this because I don't know that they have been fair to me.
You can definitely take it up to the board, man. You can definitely take it up to the board.
To the board, yes.
In the next staff meeting.
Yeah. Listeners, do you think that I'm deserving of a suspension here? I understand that I've gotten 2 letters of reprimand. Why, I tell you.
This is all very exciting.
So, pleasant night to you, Miss Caroline.
A very pleasant night to you both.
Good night to you, ma'am.
Good night, Madam.
Do you have some information for me, sir?
Well, we are here trying to behave ourselves. You can ask the listeners how professional we have been tonight. We cut out all the fluff and the laughter, and we spoke correctly and just dealt with the issues. So we are ready to sign off, and hope that you were proud of us tonight.
Very much so, sir. Very much. I'm very impressed and I'm very grateful.
Keisha want me to get suspension, Neighbour. Keisha want me to stay home with you. When I stay home with you, what the bills pay?
Yeah. But then I understand that I am due for a suspension. I'm asking to explain for me, please.
Suspension. No, I think that you have redeemed yourself tonight, Neighbour. So on that note, we will only hope that you will maintain, this. I don't want to use the. You will maintain the standard, sir.
And Caroline, in regards to my proposal or my request for Tuesday for the workplace, for our work party, our workers' party, on Tuesday, am I approved yet, or are you still thinking about it?
Tuesday will be the 23rd.
Yes, that's when we're gonna have our workplace party.
Well, you know, I will not interfere. You have free reign for Tuesday.
Free reign. Okay. Thank you very
Free
much.
reign.
This staff,
Such a wonderful nature.
staff been asking about Christmas bonuses. Anything dropping this year?
Neighbor, we will speak off the air. Is that okay?
Oh, well, yeah. Well, thank you so much. And I beg you, please, ma'am. I know that my behavior has been a little bit inappropriate, but I don't want any more letters on my file. Please keep my file clean, and I behave myself. Okay.
Okay, neighbor. But before you go, I need to find out something. What time are you asking for the permit to be for Tuesday? What time?
Well, I think probably we could look at something in the afternoon, maybe 4 o'clock.
Until what time?
Well, could we talk about that a little bit more? Because I haven't thought about it.
Okay. Well, please get the listeners' approval as well. Okay.
I absolutely will.
Okay.
By the way, did we get any support for tonight's program? Because our gifting is suspended, so the listeners would have to send to Zelle. Is there anything there? Anything?
I think one person donated. I don't want to call their name on TikTok since it's not the TikTok name. So yeah, we got one person sent a contribution. But listeners, if you can, would you be willing to send us some donations tonight, please?
Yeah. We have been low on that, listeners. Because it's here with us, yeah. We don't have any gifting from TikTok, and we've lost those that we had. So we're asking the listeners to Zelle their contribution tonight. Oh, pinchers. Here's the Zelle account. Please, someone jump on the man and buy us a drink. Thank you so much today. One of my listeners sent lunch for me today. Lovely. Thank you.
What did you get, neighbor?
Yes, I actually went to juicy beef patties. And I got I went to KFC. I went to KFC today. I got some barbecue chicken, courtesy of one of my listeners. Thank you so much. Some nice Pepsi.
Does it like a big six?
No, man, I can't manage a big six.
I overheard you speaking about a double whopper and orange juice. When was that?
That's the day before.
I see.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but that's a lot of calories, though,
Yes, but sometimes you have to step out and have a little of that. Yeah.
2 days in a row.
Juju said she'll be here on Saturday. You know that I've gotten some messages for some of my listeners who said that they'll be in Jamaica, for Christmas, and they'd love to meet the neighbor. Oh, well, great. I'll tell you where I am. You're still in Jamaica too, Caroline. You are still in Jamaica?
I will be in Jamaica until the 12th of January.
Okay, lovely. You spend Christmas here.
Yes, neighbor.
Jojo, Scratchy, you're not coming home for Christmas, sir?
No, neighbor. I told the neighbor because I told her that this is 1 year now since my nana passed. Everyone who is down there will be coming. America will be coming over. So we'll be having one big Christmas dinner and a memorial dinner in one neighbor in celebration of our nana. In celebration of our nana. So everyone will be coming up this Christmas, neighbor. So I won't be done.
Yeah, Judith Allen. Judith, when I leave the program tonight, I have one little piece of the chicken left. Go warm it up and rub it before I go to my bed.
But neighbor, I won't be here for the entire Christmas. You know, I will be traveling on Boxing Day, and I get back on the 31st.
You will be off the island again?
Yes, I'll be off for a little vacation, and then I'll return on the 31st.
Lovely. Your internet seems better tonight. Did you sort it out?
Yes, neighbor, I got Starlink.
Oh, lovely. Oh,
finally.
Well, you know, I had sent home the Starlink, you know, right after the hurricane, but it was not installed, and I tried to do it and I didn't do it properly. So, you know, I had to get someone to come in and do it professionally.
A great time, and best wishes to your sisters. They're getting married on Saturday.
Yes, neighbor, on Saturday.
Uh-huh.
But it's a whole weekend. It's a whole weekend of festivities. They're having a second reception on Sunday as well, and it will be followed by a kids' treat on Monday. So after Monday, I'll be free.
Well, have a great weekend, and thank you for the commitment that you have shown, even though you are very busy. Doing that, then you are still finding time to jump in and help us. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Yeah, we don't
Scratchy, have a great weekend.
Same to you, Caroline.
And you gentlemen, be on your best behavior, please.
We will try.
Thank you. Have a good night, everyone. Have a good night. Have a great weekend, guys.
Bye-bye.
Neighbor, before we go, we have Chuck, MP Chuck on.
MP?
MP Chuck, yes.
He's an MP?
Yes, neighbor.
Only in title, neighbor. Only in title.
MP of TikTok.
Our profession will always be cockroach journalism, you know.
I thought it was their role.
Yeah, no, it was no. Our profession will always be cockroach journalism. We're not giving up that profession for nothing.
Yeah, Chuck. We're actually logging off. But how are you, man?
I am good, man. I am good. You know.
Yeah. We don't have any ability to online because the program is under restriction and suspension.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing, because I realize that if your gifting is suspended.
It's suspended. As a matter of fact, we're just able to reach about 40% of our audience.
Okay.
TikTok is saying that lots of reports are being lodged against the program coming out of Jamaica. I wonder why.
Right, neighbor, I have been getting that. If I log on for 5 minutes, I'm under restriction. 5 minutes, I'm under restriction. I have been getting it like hell.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, if I'm live for 5 minutes, I'm under restriction.
Report
left, report right. I've been cited for gambling. Yes, I've been cited for gambling. I've been cited for inhumane treatment. These are things that I get reported for now. Yes. I've been suspended. The last time I was suspended for 3 days recently from going live because of excessive gambling.
Well, you know, maybe we need to start reporting them as well, so they get a feeling of what's happening here. Chuck, don't you think so?
Yeah, Chuck is a little. Chuck has muted his microphone. But you know, Scratchy.
My background is a bit noisy now. Just give me a second.
Go ahead, man. Scratchy. Scratch. Well, I'm telling you that even with 80%, even with 40%, 60% of our audience not able to hear us, we are still the leading program, even under restriction, you know. Scratchy.
That's the power, neighbor. That's the power of the program, neighbor. That's the power of everything. You know, I say respect for Chuck to come through. That's the power of the program, neighbor.
Yes.
Tell the neighbor once you are the good neighbor. Only good will follow, neighbor. Nothing can stop that.
Even under restriction, we are still out front. It is amazing, Scratchy. Oh
Definitely
God,
amazing, neighbor.
God is good to us. God is so good to us. And you know, Scratchy, I don't think it's about us showing off, Scratchy. It's about us showing appreciation to our listeners. Not true?
I mean, definitely, neighbor, there's nothing to show off about, neighbor. It's just appreciation, neighbor, to let the viewers know that, yes, you're playing your role and stuff like that. So it's not like we're trying to say, yeah, try hype or yeah, show off. I mean, traditional media do this as well, neighbor. You know, everybody do this as well, neighbor. Persons like to highlight whatever good they have going on. This is something, neighbor, that is, someone going to school. When you do good for your report, you show your parents, but they hide it. So if you have a good report, you have to come and highlight it and show it to your loyal supporters and fans who support the program. Definitely.
Yeah. I think this is tremendous, Scratchy. The listeners to this program, they are fantastic. They are almost like family now, Scratchy. These are people that love us and we love them.
I'm definitely, neighbor. We have private conversation, neighbor. We'll speak about the viewers, neighbor. You know, even coming next year, they might don't know about HR and the big plans that we have coming for next year, neighbor. Yes. In terms of bringing certain things to a different level, in terms of even getting more viewers engaged. And I must tell the viewers that, I believe Monday or Tuesday, neighbor, or Wednesday, we're going to be having a greetings across the world on the platform where persons will get the opportunity to come up in the box and send greetings to your family wherever around the world they are. So it's either one of those days, neighbor. Offline, we can rectify the date, but we definitely open up the lines to our viewers who want to come on and wish their families, wherever they are, greetings across the world from Politics Plus.
Absolutely, Scratchy. What is amazing here, Scratchy, is that our listeners will sit down and listen to us, Scratchy. This is amazing, you know.
Definitely, neighbor. Once you have personal attention to this level, neighbor, and I think, neighbor, it's just how we are so the type of information that we are so bring to them, neighbor. And I don't think that it's just the information, neighbor. I think it's the banter, the little jovial moments, the little punchline now and then, the little tick-tack and stuff like that kind of get our viewers, Because we get information, neighbor. This way we get information. We want to get it in a little fun way, I remember, neighbor, it's not just education, neighbor, because these are adults. We're not trying to educate, guys. We're trying to entertain, Education with a little entertainment tonight as well.
Yeah, and Scotty, this world is a stressful place, and many people coming in from work and even in their personal lives do have quite a bit of issue dealing with it, and it's nice to reach people on an emotional level.
Definitely, neighbor. It's very good, neighbor, when you can reach persons on an emotional level, neighbor. I just say persons have their different life. All of us, neighbor, are going through different things at this moment. I mean, it's the most wonderful time of the year, neighbor, but it's also the most demanding in terms of your financial needs and stuff like that. So we sympathize with everybody with whatever you're going through. And it's a wonderful thing, neighbor. And I am happy. I myself, neighbor, is even happy to know that I can give somebody $100 to go and put on a pot. But I can bring a smile on your face, neighbor, which I think is much more valuable than $100, neighbor.
Very true. And also, Scratchy, that we have been reaching out to help those among us who, not a lot, but in whatever way we can, we have reached some of our listeners with some assistance. That also is a good thing for the program.
Another wonderful aspect to the program, neighbor, to the platform, not something that we planned, it was spontaneously done, neighbor. And I am happy to know that we have such loyal viewers and fans, neighbor, who, whenever we call upon them, neighbor, they come to our rescue and help us to provide whatever aid or needs whoever might need it across Jamaica. Again, neighbor, a wonderful organization, a wonderful program, wonderful moderator, neighbor. Well structured, neighbor. I always telling my grandmother always tell me, neighbor, that structure beat anything, neighbor. Structure beat anything. Organization beat anything. And I think that is what we're seeing right now, neighbor. You're seeing a platform that is well organized, well formalized, and as the naysayer might say, despite what the naysayer might say, Scratch is going to mash up the platform, I don't think you share that sentiment, my boss. That's why I'm here with the same way.
Mash up, not at all, Scratchy, not at all. I think we complement each other very, very well. I do a different type of analysis from you, but you you compliment me very, very well as a man that knows the politics from the street level. I don't know the politics as much as you do. I try to analyze the news. One thing though, Scratchy, that I must tell you that I'm concerned about, the pressure that we come under to deliver sometimes can be overwhelming, you know. The expectations are high.
That's the definite, Neighbour, and I think that is as a result of the structure and the organization that I spoke about earlier, Neighbour, and I think we have set that bar to a level, and not just we, Neighbour, our listeners have also set the bar so high, Neighbour, that whenever it's time to come on this platform, Neighbour, the research that goes into the program, Neighbour, the backward, behind the scenes that have to go into this program, the cars and stuff, and you know, the connection that has to be made, Neighbour, to put this platform for the level, you know. I think it's definitely, Neighbour, the platform is like a standard, Neighbour, that we have to continue to match that standard and try that coming next year, Neighbour, or we can elevate and exceed that standard and make this platform even more bigger.
Yeah, and it is good for us, Scotty, because if we don't deliver, our listeners are not going to be happy. They expect a certain standard.
Definitely, Neighbour. If we don't come with that standard that our loyal viewers are used to, Neighbour, they will definitely be disappointed, Neighbour. They will definitely left and feeling that they didn't get what they wanted from Neighbour and Scratchy tonight. The platform kind of was flat tonight. And I think, Neighbour, even when I'm coming on this platform, and I know for yourself, Neighbour, I always try to make sure, Neighbour, that I come with my A game, Neighbour. I come fully energized. I have my buckler water.
You come prepared.
Yes, Neighbour, I have to make sure that I come prepared, Neighbour, because the viewers, Neighbour, have to make sure that when I come, Neighbour, Neighbour, we have viewers, Neighbour, we have a set of viewers who are very engaging. Our viewers don't just come and just lay down in the chat, Neighbour. These guys engage. They have their own competition in the chat, and that's a competition, but they are having their own engaging in their own whatever conversation in the chat, Neighbour. This is what we are talking about on the platform. So yes, Neighbour, we have a set of viewers, Neighbour, where I have to make sure that I am on my A game, make sure that I am on par, make sure that I am dehydrated, I'm hydrated, I have water beside me. And stuff like that.
You don't get a smoke?
Not all the time, Neighbour. Sometimes I'm so focused, Neighbour, because I want to make sure, Neighbour, that I am focused, because I don't want to make any missteps. I don't want to spend any misinformation or anything over here. So the viewers, Neighbour, keep me on my toes, Neighbour. They keep me balanced, Neighbour. They keep me motivated, Neighbour.
That's nice.
I love and appreciate them so much, you know. And I also want to say to Neighbour, also to Harry, Neighbour, a wonderful addition to the program, Neighbour. I think Harry has also complimented. Harry has also complimented this platform so much, Neighbour. And I just want to say to Harry, it was a pleasure knowing you, bro. Much respect, enough love, bro, and continue to do the good work, bro. I appreciate it.
And he's teaching a lot. He's teaching us a lot, Scratchy.
Definitely, Neighbour. He's teaching us a lot, Neighbour. I've learned a lot from Harry, Neighbour. His style, his deliverance style and stuff like that, Neighbour. And this information that he comes with, very on par, very factual. So again, enough respect to Harry.
Yes, but Scratchy, I should tell the listeners that I've never prepped you for the show. That everything that I ask you is always spontaneous. How you are?
Yes, Neighbour. I think that is one of the things that viewers need to know, Neighbour. Every single question that you pose towards me, Neighbour, you have never prepped me before. You have never said, Scratchy, this is the question that is going to come so that I can prepare for the answers, Neighbour. It's just a thing with me, Neighbour. From I was at tender age going to school, Neighbour, I have a thing with question, Neighbour. Once you pose a question to me, Neighbour, all of the information for that question just start flow to me, Neighbour. I don't know where it come from, but I just find the information. Neighbour, when you see me come on this platform, I don't go on the AI and do no research before. I don't know nothing because I don't know what you're coming with. So it's not like I can go on a specific topic and say, all right, I'm going to look up about sports, because sport, Neighbour, come talk about sports later. It's just spontaneous, Neighbour. I think that is one of the greatest things, Neighbour. Being spontaneous and have the skill, Neighbour, the ability to can deliver whatever information or whatever question is asked of me with a certain level of style, a certain level of craft, and a certain level of understanding that the fans and the listeners can relate to.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Do you find that you are growing? You are growing yourself by just being here and answering the questions and talking to us.
Definitely, Neighbour. This program, Neighbour, has helped me so much, Neighbour, in my own personal development, Neighbour. You know, I conduct myself, Neighbour. I'm not perfect, Neighbour. I'm not perfect. I'm an average. I'm a regular youth from an inner city, Neighbour. I face every struggles that all other inner city youths face, Neighbour. I live the life that most or all other inner city youths live, Neighbour. So yes, Neighbour, I can be informal at times, but Neighbour, I think this program, Neighbour, has kept me up on a certain level, Neighbour, where even if I go on other platforms, neighbor, because of the high expectations, neighbor, that I think the followers and the listeners have of me, neighbor, I have to operate in a certain way, neighbor. I have to carry myself in a certain way, neighbor. And that is the reason why, neighbor, in my early pronouncement, neighbor, here I said, neighbor, that I have grown. This program, neighbor, I have understand now, neighbor, that it's not every fight is supposed to be fought. You know, I try to make sure, neighbor, that I have a better understanding of how life is. And that is all to this program, neighbor. And I think a lot of the fans, neighbor, they have held me accountable. And I have also, yeah, neighbor, definitely, neighbor, because I want to make sure, neighbor, that the information that I am bringing across, neighbor, and how these people see me, neighbor, I want to make sure that my actions, neighbor, and my character, neighbor, correlates with that, neighbor.
Wow. That's fantastic, man. Well,
yes, neighbor, I'm just an average youth, neighbor, and there's a lot of persons out there, neighbor, who might be trying to judge me, neighbor, based on things or based on whatever I mean, I'm a past or whatever, neighbor, but all I would say to those persons, neighbor, that I don't regret, neighbor, anything, neighbor, that I had to do, neighbor, to enhance, neighbor, or for the safety of myself, my family, and whosoever, neighbor. Whatever I had to do, neighbor, whichever time in my life, neighbor, that was who I was then, neighbor. And I should not be judged based on my past, neighbor. I am not that person no longer, neighbor. I am a grown person now. I am a different person now. And a lot of person, neighbor, don't actually know, neighbor. I am someone, as I was saying, neighbor, it's just all love, neighbor. It's just all love to everyone, neighbor.
Lovely. Well, I see CEO Ross saying, you know, today I did my final presentation from this program. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. We are having an impact, Scratchy, and that's what really matters, eh?
That's what matters, neighbor, to know that we're having an impact and persons can come. I mean, say Rush, that is the second person. Remember J3, neighbor. She also said she did a paper on the program as well.
Oh,
so
yes.
it's a wonderful thing, neighbor, to know that we have university or college students over here, neighbor, who are using this program, neighbor, to go forward and further elevate their education, neighbor. We are giving persons, neighbor, a better understanding. And we are giving persons factual information, and we are giving persons style and different ways how they can deliver. I think a lot of persons like it, neighbor. And we just have to continue to make sure that we do the good, neighbor.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, Scratchy, the journey, we remember KC too, you know, Scratchy, because we must not be ungrateful. He was with us during the election and still with us. He has to be out there. He said today that he's having a little bit of a difficulty. We need to reach out to him, Scratchy, and see how we can give him a strength. Eh?
Definitely, neighbor. Definitely KC, neighbor. Definitely one of my political brothers, neighbor, I would say. Definitely, I think me and KC have a very close connection, a very close bond, neighbor. Someone who I highly respect, neighbor. Someone who I think I also have some form of respect for me as well, neighbor. Yes, I know he's in his grieving moment right now. My condolences to him and his family, the passing of his grandmother. I had a personal conversation with him, neighbor, and it's very sentimental to KC because his grandmother was the one who really grew him. Because I believe he had made mention that his mother passed from a very young age. So his grandma was the one who really, you know, nurtured him and grew him. So I can understand it. But I said today is even my 1 year anniversary for my nana as well. And my nana was very, very key and integral in my life. So I understand how KC is feeling. But again, the KC, neighbor, one of the political wigs, neighbor, one of the best forecasts on this platform, neighbor. We never see anyone better than KC right now. And I applaud and I respect and I love KC. Love my brother. Anyway, yeah.
Yes. You know, Scratchy, one of my lecturers at school sent me a letter. Well, she wrote me and saying how proud she was of the program, that she's listening to the program. And I felt that, wow, can you imagine my lecturer, sir, at school saying, we're proud of you, neighbor? Can you imagine that?
Definitely, neighbor. You did a wonderful job, neighbor. And I must say, neighbor, you, despite, yes, I know what I bring to the program, neighbor, but I must tell you, neighbor, that you also bring a whole lot to this program, neighbor. And I think, you're very informative, neighbor, your style of delivery, neighbor. And I think what you have something else, neighbor, that a lot of other persons don't have, neighbor. I think you have charisma, and I think you have some form of understanding. And I think with that charisma, neighbor, you know how to correlate that charisma with the information that you have and how you deliver the information. And I think your charisma, your charm, neighbor, is what really resonates on a lot of these females, why there are so many females more than males over this platform. I think
the girls, them sugar.
Definitely girls have lemonade, man. Definitely girls have lemonade, neighbor. You know that we have more females over here than males, neighbor.
I see the report side 60%, 60 by 40.
Yes, we have more females over here, neighbor.
Since Caroline start coming up in the box, a few men start coming here. Is she the company not scratching up?
Yeah. The few men who come over here is Caroline they're trying to get to.
Yes. That's one of them. One of them takes me and asks me if she married. You know, something I don't know nobody like that. You ask her herself.
We're going to ask her if she married, man. And Kerry, neighbor, we must also big up Kerry to neighbor.
Yeah.
Kerry as always, even before Kerry was given the task to be a moderator, Kerry, someone was always been a part of this platform, neighbor. Always come in and check in, come in the box and make her comment and all of that, neighbor. And I must say, enough love and respect to you, Kerry, every time. Scratchy, respect you.
Yes, sir. The man texts me and asks me if the lady married. I said, brother, don't ask me that. I don't know.
That's a shy guy, neighbor. That's a weak guy. You should just approach Caroline yourself to know that. That's a weak guy.
Yes, you know.
He's trying to cheat. He's trying to cheat on the exam. He's trying to cheat on the test.
Yeah. Anyway, boy, it's fantastic. Well, Scratchy, we will not be here tomorrow morning, but we'll be back tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock, eh?
Definitely, neighbor. I'll be here, man. It's cold time now, neighbor. Outside not seeing me.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Take care of yourself. You hear?
Same to you, my friend. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night to all the viewers and everyone, man. Tomorrow, guys.
All of my ladies, take care of yourselves and have a great night.